Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the second part of Samadhi, and we're going to talk about the process of individuation. In the first case, what is the process of individuation? It means that every individual has been gifted with certain set of qualities, and everyone has been destined a certain role in life. One has to discover what his calling in life is, and one has to move forward. Authentic self. There is the need for having an authentic self because under the pressures of society and with those uh, whom we are in contact with, we are in a way bounded because we consider what they approve as the true thing, whereas that is not the case. We have to work out our own priorities. We have to know what our calling in life is, and we have to discover our authentic self, which at the present moment is hidden behind so many screens which have been created by the environment in which we live, because there are things which people demand of us, our parents demand of us, the society demands of us, and in the process, our authentic self is in a way sabotaged. Then comes the next thing linked with the infinite. When we are talking about the infinite, then we must know that the biggest question which needs an affirmative answer is, are we linked with the infinite or not? That is there a source of our creation? Is there a creator? Are we linked with him? And how important that link is. In fact, that is the most important thing. So the decisive question for man is he related to something infinite or not? That is the telling question of his life. Only if we know that the thing which truly matters is the infinite, can we avoid fixing our interest upon futilities and upon all kinds of goals which are not of real importance. Thus, we demand that the world grant us recognition for qualities which we regard as personal possessions, our talents, or our beauty. The more a man lays stress on false possessions and the less sensitivity he has for what is essential, the less satisfying is his life. He feels limited because he has limited aims, and the result is envy and jealousy. If we understand and feel that here in this life we already have a link with the infinite, desires and attitudes change. In the final analysis, we count for something only because of the essential which we embody. And if we do not embody that, life is wasted. In our relationship to other men, too, the crucial question is whether an element of boundlessness is expressed in the relationship. So, this thing is something very important, and only consciousness of our narrow confinement in the self forms the link to the limitlessness of the unconscious. When we realize that we are incomplete and we can only become complete if we establish a strong connection with the infinite, then we live like human beings and not like animals or something less than that. So, in the process of achieving union with God, we have to take into account all these things. Then there is the need of inner ripeness, and inner ripeness can be attained by observing the following things: cease doing evil, learn to do good, purify your heart, practice harmlessness, build an inner sanctuary. An inner sanctuary, a haven, a place where you are protected from all the evil. So, if the inner ripeness is not there, then one can only achieve Kevala, that is temporary flights into the super consciousness of the future, and not Sahaja, which is a kind of a permanent connection with the source of our being, that is God Almighty. So further steps that have to be taken, those include concentration, that is focus your attention, learn to focus your attention, because a flood water is an unruly thing, but a dam water is productive. So, if you learn to focus and concentrate, you can achieve positive results and you can channelize the energy that is inside you. By concentrating your full attention on everything you do at every moment of your life, You will obtain the same results as if you practice concentration. That is, one is consciously trying to concentrate, like trying to meditate. But if whatever you're doing, if you bring in concentration in that, that also will, in a way, help you when you start meditating. So, law of cause and effect is to be taken into account. The law of cause and effect cannot be fooled, dimmed, or avoided. So, one has to be very clear about it. In order to achieve samadhi, our emotions must be controlled, put into the desired order, and then selected. That is, which of them have to be discarded as useless or harmful, and which retain until you see you have achieved a great degree of control over your emotions. And then another point that one has to keep in mind is that one has to work for himself, becoming quiet, self confident, not irascible, balanced, fearless, well intentioned for everything and everyone, devoted to a spiritual ideal. All this will prove that we are duly advancing towards our target. For no man with a disorderly astral means emotional and mental, you see, aura that you have can ever dream to hope to reach samadhi. The highest cannot be cheated. Transform your impurity into purity. Everyone has to work for himself, just as everyone has to take his own food and digest in order to live. And then be a witness. Be a witness, not a participant of all that happens around you in all conditions. Do not be attached to these conditions, but just free from all attachment. So, unless you learn to separate yourself from yourself, you cannot master yourself. And then finally, you have to learn to meditate. Sit down for half an hour. Initially, if you cannot meditate, then at least practice stillness. And by stillness is meant that you just sit quietly, do not think, and just sit and be still. Because modern day man is suffering from overthinking and the rush of thoughts which keep on disturbing him and which do not allow him to achieve stillness in life. So, this is about all for today. Next time, we cover the third part of Samadhi and we conclude our talk on this subject. Thank you very much. God bless you.